From the Mumbai studios of Republic TV, it's time for Arnab Goswami on the debate.
Arnab Goswami on the debate at 10. Presented by Reliance Jio. Powered by Havells. In style partner Raymond.
Harish Salve joins me live right now on Judges at War and More. Harish Salve, great to have you on the program. It appears the matter may be settled between the judges, but a lobby is now out very strongly, out there to politicize the justice-lawyer case. Harish Salve, do they have a point or have they gone too far now?
Arnab, I start by saying something which saddens me. Those who are fighting for what they consider in their perception freedom and for a transparent governance and for a robust Supreme Court are fighting for people's rights, and unfortunately I notice they are not willing to accommodate a contrarian point of view. So I think if we fight for freedoms, we must also acknowledge the other person's freedom to differ. Anyway, that's on our side. So I personally feel this issue unfortunately should never have come out outside the closed doors, but then if the four judges say that they were left with no other choice, we must accept what they say. We must also accept what the Chief Justice has done. And they are all extremely respected judges. The Attorney General now tells us that the problem is behind us and the judges have resolved it, as they should. The only, what I was worried about this day one was, however well-intentioned the action of the four judges may have been, I knew there would be people who would seize upon this opportunity to twist and turn it and give it a completely different color. This had nothing to do with government. This was something to do with how the Supreme Court is, according to those four judges, not doing something which they felt it should be doing. Those four judges are not pro-government. Those four judges are not anti-government. None of our 26 judges are pro-government or anti-government. They are pro the law and pro the Constitution. So this the whole narrative of some judges are independent because they are against the government and some judges are not independent because they are pro the government creates a very wrong narrative about the court to the common man. Our Supreme Court is pro-Constitution and pro-law. Governments come and governments go, and we've seen that happen. And also the second thing which worries me, Arnab, is look at where we are. You put the Supreme Court in a lose-lose situation in the sense that when you discuss one case which the court is yet to hear, and you make such a huge noise about which judge is going to hear it. Now, tomorrow the case is listed before the same judge who heard it on the earlier day. We are told that the problems between the judges have been resolved, and we must accept that because we have no right to probe beyond that. It's an in-house problem, they've resolved it. And the institution, we must accept, is fine by these two judges hearing this case tomorrow. Now, if they hold that case in a particular way, if they say we order an inquiry, one particular interpretation could be, oh, they succumb to the pressure created by all the noise. If they dismiss the case, they will say, oh, see, weren't we told these judges are pro-government, therefore they dismiss. It's a lose-lose situation. The lesson in this is we should never discuss these kind of sensitive cases till they are heard and decided. So that somebody says, so-and-so should hear it or so-and-so should not hear it. I think we are all stepping out of line.
Harish Salve, you know, I was clear in my view on the day that it happened when I said that a fire, you should not start a fire if you don't know whether you will have the ability to douse it. And unfortunately, I must say this, that today for the first time, people across India have unfortunately, and it causes me pain to say this, made the highest judiciary of this country the subject of WhatsApp jokes, objects of ridicule, political debates, point scoring, everything. It's no longer even being suggested. It is being openly said, this judge is pro-Congress, this judge is pro-BJP. I'm not taking names, but this is the reality today. Now, the question therefore goes,
you know, Arnab,
there is an overwhelming view that the target here is political. And the Justice Loya case is being given a clear political turn. Can their lordships not be aware of the fact that while they've not referred to Justice Loya in their letter, today the Congress party, the left, individual activists have started a political campaign in this matter? Does this not make it even more important that the judges immediately resolve it? And the same 4 judges perhaps who came out in a press conference also issue a statement saying, do not try and undermine another judge of the bench of the Supreme Court that is listening to this particular matter. We may want to listen to it, but we cannot undermine other 2 judges who are listening to the matter and insult them in the public domain by doing so.
Well, Arnab, I believe 2 of them have already said there is no problem, it's all resolved. The Attorney General, who rightly was the only person who spoke to the judges, both because of his office as Attorney General as well as his stature and his seniority. He sort of he got into the conversation with all of them and helped them get past it with his experience. Once he says the issues are resolved and the case is listed before the same bench, I think anybody who has respect for the institution must stop discussion about who hears the case right now. Any further discussion about this case is, according to me, trying to build pressure to decide this case one way or the other. Not for a minute do I suggest that the judges hearing it will be influenced, but then we always have this adage, Arnab, which we say, justice should not only be done, it should appear to be done. Would a common Indian feel, whichever way this case is decided, that it was decided purely on its merits? And if you have created a situation where that cannot be, I think all of us must reflect and see where have we gone wrong.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Harish Salve, I have pleasure in introducing the panel right now, and I just want you to stay on for a couple of minutes, because before I take this forward, I also want to introduce Ahriman Sundaram, who's on the panel right now. And Ahriman Sundaram, your views, because I want to take the opportunity of matching, or if just get a contrary or other perspective on what, you know, your colleague Harish Salve has said here today. Things have been sullied beyond a point. I know that you had views on Friday. I had the great pleasure of interviewing you on Friday when it happened. But now it's not about the courts, Mr. Sundaram. This is about politics. This is about press conferences. This is about pressure. And unfortunately, senior lawyers of the Supreme Court are very much part of that lobby. Is that the right thing for them to do?
Arnab, unfortunately, right or wrong, let's accept one fact, that in a robust democracy like India, with media playing such a great role, with democracy and the right to speak being given such a high position, any situation which arises, whether in the judiciary, in the executive, in the legislature, whether in common life, anywhere, which causes any kind of public onlooking, will get comments all over. Our politicians will at all times take every opportunity to put their political interests forward. So that this is the outcome of any such situation, we need hardly doubt. So far as the issue itself is concerned, I share with my colleague Mr. Salve the belief that all the judges are faithful to the Constitution, and their primary aim is to uphold the Constitution, and this is a matter which will get resolved. As to whether it had to reach this stage or not is a matter which can only be answered by the judges themselves, for the simple reason that we have had four very senior, very respected judges who felt the need to say what they did.
Yes.
If the effect of that is that any kind of uneasiness is going to be reconciled amongst the judges, well, I take that as a positive step for the judiciary as such, and therefore for the whole country.
Right. Mr. Salve,
but as to the politicization, I think it's opportunistic and taken by all people, and it's something which is most unfortunate and should never have been done.
Mr. Salve, simple question, layman question. We've been hearing so much about senior judges and junior judges, constantly, to a point where we begin to believe, and this question goes to you, Mr. Salve, before I let you go. You know, a lobby bats for 4 senior judges and drafts up a list of cases saying these 4 judges must hear these cases. It gives me the sense that they believe, or they want the country to believe, that the other 21 judges of the Supreme Court of India are incapable individuals. Should there be clarity, therefore, why they want some judges to hear some cases? And what specifically those cases are, Mr. Salve? Because some political party said the other day, I think it was the CPM, and they said, why should the 4 judges not hear the Ayodhya case? I felt no reason why they should ascribe the Ayodhya case to certain individuals. Why is this happening? It's bizarre, Mr. Salve, just bizarre.
Let's start with the last thing you said, Arnab. The 4 judges made a point that cases of national importance must be assigned to benches presided over by the 4 judges. Let me tell you something. Each of the 4 judges sits with a junior colleague. And the junior colleague is obviously, especially when new judges are inducted, it's a relatively junior colleague who sits with the 4 judges. And in many cases, some of the landmark judgments have been given by the junior colleague. Let me just recount. Justice Nariman struck down Section 66A of that infamous IT Act, which made free speech a criminal act. He was sitting with Justice Pinaki Ghosh, a junior judge. Junior in the sense beyond the Collegium. Let me recall another landmark judgment. He struck down recently a provision of the PMLA, the excessive provision of the PMLA against bail. He is Judge 12. How do you say? Justice Singhvi was beyond the Collegium. He was, I think, Judge 8 or 9 when he gave the 2G verdict.
Case. Exactly.
Could anybody have ever doubted that he shouldn't have heard this case? Well, so, you know, this senior-junior is a problem. But let me tell you something more fundamental. Dividing the work and how it is to be heard is something which is done in the sanctum sanctorum. It has to be by the judges. How they do it is their problem. How they do it is their prerogative.
Okay. Well,
I think we should not, as lawyers, also use this opportunity to suddenly recommend to them how they should be running their own court.
I can't agree more with you. Mr. Salve, it's going beyond bizarre right now. I thank you for joining me right now, Mr. Salve. I know I have to let you go. I open up this matter for debate. And Ahriman Sundaram, I request you to stay with us. Mr. Salve, thanks very much. Ahriman Sundaram, do stay with us as I introduce my second panel on the issues that have been raised by the judiciary. And on this panel, I have great pleasure in introducing Nupur Sharma of the BJP and an advocate, Rajiv Pandey, advocate and leans towards the BJP, Taslim Ahmad Rahmani, Muslim Political Council of India, Ghanshyam Tiwari, Samajwadi Party, Fuad Halim, CPM, Ahriman Sundaram stays with us, Ujjwal Nigam, senior lawyer, Asim Sarode, lawyer, Uday Gaware, former president of the Latur Bar Association, and Abha Singh. Thank you very much. It's an open debate right now. And the basic questions that I want to pick up at this point of time are the legal questions. My first question here to anyone who's on the contrary side, Ghanshyam Tiwari, Taslim Rahmani and Fuad Halim. Tell the people of this country that you have insulted the judiciary. And you have been consistently insulting the judiciary for the last 3 days by saying that other 21 judges of the Supreme Court are incompetent to look at important cases. I think, Rajiv, they should begin by apologizing for that. What do you think, Rajiv?
Sure,
they should apologize for that?
Because the matter is listed before Justice Arun Mishra.
No, 1 second.
Who has already issued notice. Now, if anybody is talking except the Chief Justice of India about who is deciding the roster, if anybody is doing not, he should apologize. It is contempt of court also. How you can sue? There is a judgment by Honorable Supreme Court by 3-judge bench in which about this issue one AOR was suspended for 1 month because he talked like Ghanshyam Tiwari.
So we will argue factually tonight, and I request factual replies because viewers, what you're about to watch, what you're about,
Tiwari to talk about
just a minute.
Which matter should be listed before which bench?
Just a minute. Ghanshyam Tiwari, the Supreme, Ghanshyam Tiwari is on the debate. Nupur can come in, but Ghanshyam, a point here is this. Listen, Ghanshyam, I have a request. Ghanshyam.
Final point, Arnab, is that when you raise a question, just imagine.
He's giving a speech.
Imagine who are we trying to save here? If there is an iota of truth in what the Supreme Court thinks about this case, then Mr. Amit Shah would have to resign. BJP will lose its morality as a political party.
No, 1 second. Hold on.
More important.
1 second. Can I come in, Arnab?
So you have to understand that there is only one side.
I'm sorry, can I come in? Arnab, please allow me to come in.
And say that nothing was wrong.
No.
Other side
you are still discussing the issue.
Allow me to come in.
Mr. Salve just said it.
Where there would be no answers that
please allow me to come in.
Give.
You know, it's a bit rich that Ghanshyam Tiwari, without an LLB degree, has taken the zimmedari upon himself to decide which way what case is going to go. Because he's so speculative, because so-and-so will have to resign, because BJP will have to cut a sorry figure. I tend to agree with the two very senior lawyers of the Honorable Supreme Court that this is the Supreme Court's internal matter. Let's stop casting aspersions, more so by people like Ghanshyam Tiwari and other culture vultures. I'm sorry, this culture that the opposition, NGO, media, and people
Taslim Ramani on the debate. Taslim Ramani, open debate. Taslim Ramani, calm down. Calm down, everyone. Calm down. Bring the temperatures down. Argue factually.
Has decided to come out to the public and said it very openly that now we are coming to the public as a democracy at its
You will not believe Anuj Loya, but you
They are also the learned lawyers, much more senior than
but you will believe Sunanda
and they said it himself that all the judges are equal and Chief Justice is just
what was the point? What was the point? No, 1 second.
That who is junior and who is senior.
1 second. Taslim Ramani, I want to ask you. I want to ask you, Taslim Ramani, listen. What I'm finding in this debate, Nupur, wait. What I'm finding in this debate, viewers, and watch the debate very carefully. We raise, that is we who are questioning the lobby, raise factual points. Not one point is being responded factually, but Ghanshyam Tiwari and Taslim Ramani has given speeches. A very specific point said that, 1 second, don't have to hold it up. Fuad Halim, don't have to be martyr on the program. You don't have to. A question asked.
I would like to.
No. You attracted my attention. I would want. Can only I be on the screen for a minute, please? I allow Fuad Halim to reply, but the question that Fuad Halim must give a reply to is the following. Fuad Halim must reply to the question raised on the program by Nupur, that why would you believe Sunanda Pushkar's son but not believe Justice Loya's son? Isn't that the question? And we want to know why you would not give a reply to that question. Why would you not? So I think Nupur, repeat the question. Fuad didn't hear it. Then he will reply to you, I'm sure. He will not go defeated from the program. He will reply to you. Ask the question again.
Yes,
Ask the question again. Ask the question again.
So what Sunanda Pushkar's son says is gospel truth. So what Sunanda Pushkar's son says is gospel truth. But what Justice Loya's son has been saying for months is controversial. Let's look for a controversy where none exists. Why can't you take what he is saying at face value? Yeah. Why can't you take all the evidences, be it the post-mortem report, be it the ECG report for face value? Why can't you take a sitting judge of the Honorable Bombay High Court on face value? What is your issue? Tumhari dukaan band ho gayi hai. You want to start your business again? This is about Wapsi 3.0. You want to come back to power, come what may.
Do you like to reply or do you want to continue with your truth?
No, I think she just destroyed your argument.
The first thing
allow me to. That is your habit. Father Ali, that is your habit, not mine.
Press conference. Then let me tell you very categorically. I'm replying to you, Nupur. Please have the patience to listen to me. Anuj Loya was flanked by two lawyers, and one of the lawyers said, I quote him, "We approached Mr. Amit Shah and through him this press conference is again." I repeat again. Nupur, listen carefully.
My name is Amit.
We approached Mr. Amit Shah and
you are
through
distorting
him this
facts.
press conference
There were more than
arranged.
60 reporters. You want to take mileage of the fact that there is a name that is similar in terms of the first name. This is what you want to do. I mean, this is what you're stooping to.
You
know, this is a complete joke. This is a complete joke.
Do you have the courage to play that clip?
Please play it. Please play it again and again. And please see, there was no reference. My name is Amit Naik, and that's exactly what was said.
I'm amazed here.
Amazed. And you still want to make an issue on this?
I am amazed here. I'm amazed here, Fuad Aleem, that at your contempt.
Arnab, there is no other argument.
I am amazed. I am amazed.
There is no other argument they have.
I am amazed at your contempt in the law.
I read for you.
I am amazed at your contempt for the law and the constitution of this country. I am amazed at your contempt for the Supreme Court of this country. I am amazed at your absolute contempt for the rule of law in this country. But more than anything else, I am amazed at your ignorance tonight, Fuad Aleem. And I wish to have the kind opportunity to expose your ignorance. Viewers, I want, no.
Very small question.
I want to, what's Ujjwal Nigam is on the program. Ujjwal Nigam is on the program. Wait a minute.
Supreme Court, who are these vultures gang
who are
trying to influence the case?
Let me finish.
I'm unable to understand. There are two high courts now. One high court and another Supreme Court of India is seized with the matter. Tell me how vultures gang is trying to influence the case. Is this not hindrance in the administration of justice, Fawad Aliji?
Let's come to the question.
Tell me,
on the Supreme
are you
Court,
bigger personality than the Honorable Supreme Court of India and Bombay High Court? Who are you, sir?
The proceedings of the
and who are vultures
reported in the Supreme Court cases 7th of January 2018. Please listen to me.
It's 23 minutes past 10. I am of the view right now that instead of shouting at each other, one second. We have the opportunity. And viewers, I don't like empty dares. 1 second, come to me. Come to me for a minute.
Arnab, you never had the courage to play the clip. So they forget about it.
You know something, Fuad? Fuad, I'll tell you something. I want to say something. I wish to say something to the viewers directly. Fuad, I'm sorry to intervene over everyone tonight. I'm sorry to intervene over everybody tonight. But viewers, I wish to say something directly to you. Please don't speak for a minute. You are not on air, Fuad, and Nupur, you are not on air. I wish to say something tonight. Fuad, I'm saying something right now and you are not on air, so I'm just making a personal request. I have the opportunity here of a very senior lawyer of the Supreme Court, someone who even when he disagrees with me very strongly, I continue to respect. On occasion he has, that person is Ahriman Sundaram. I have Ujjwal Nigam, I have others on the program, all of you are lawyers, I am not. But I am not in this business of empty dares, Fuad Aleem. If you are questioning our awareness of facts while arguing this case, then viewers, I wish to say this tonight, that I'm throwing myself open to a factual debate on facts with all the lawyers on the panel. I may have limited knowledge, but I will place my logic over you. And I request everybody else on the other side to throw their logic at me. I am absolutely prepared. I wish to ask you, Abha Singh and everyone else, Uday Garware, Asim Sarode, I am throwing a challenge to you in the presence of better people, more aware people like Ujjwal Nigam. Can we please discuss this legally without shouting and giving speeches? If you accept my dare, I will intervene with one sentence in between. All I request is factual.
Yes, Arnab, I have to say something.
No, sir. Before you say anything, sir, I wish to just, I'm throwing counters at you, intellectually counter.
What you take as a factual
intellectually, no, sir, listen. The viewer will judge, okay? Can we for the next half an hour decide? Neither are you right or I right? Can I place my facts? And if I'm factually incorrect, I want Ahriman Sundaram to say, Arnab, you don't know, you're wrong. I will accept, I will back off. Can we discuss like that? Can we do that as a format tonight, please? So I place my fact. Can I please? I want to put my opening remark.
Arnab, I wish to say something.
Mr. Sarode, you wish to say something? Go on, Mr. Sarode. The debate is open right now. We are going to argue factually tonight.
Yeah. Yes. I wish to mention that no one has ever said that the other judges are.
Put the first facts.
Yes.
I've listened to everyone.
Yes. No one has said that the other judges are incompetent. The first thing. The second thing is.
Asim Sarode, you listen to each other. Asim Sarode and Abha. Asim Sarode and Abha, one of you be quiet for a while. I'll quickly go on, but make your comments quick. Yes, let's debate. Let's debate it openly tonight. Viewers, you tell us who's right. Yes, Asim Sarode goes first. Asim Sarode, go on.
I'm just having one comment, sir. Yes, someone has came and taken a press conference and saying that issues have been resolved. How issues can be resolved? How issues can be resolved? Because the 4 important judges, very responsible judges, came forward in a press conference and mentioned some very important and valid points. And then having a cup of tea together in the morning, no one can say that.
Sir, you are a lawyer. Okay, your point is over. Asim Sarode, I counter you. You're a lawyer. Talk like a lawyer. Talk like a lawyer. The first question in a case of law is the question of what is. One second, Asim Sarode, Ujjwal Nigam is on the debate. I place my view. I get Ujjwal Nigam on the debate. Ujjwal Nigam, I counter Asim Sarode by saying the following. Asim Sarode, listen to me. Asim Sarode, listen to me. Listen to me, Asim Sarode. I counter you with the following point. Understand. First question counter is this. What is the lobby's locus standi for this attack? What is the locus standi or the place of standing of those raising questions over Justice Loya's death being heard in court? As you are a lawyer, you should have made this point, Asim Sarode. 1 minute. Asim Sarode. Nowadays, lawyers talk like journalists. Lawyers have become generalists.
And they have raised some issues.
Asim Sarode, Asim Sarode, are a lawyer. Asim, stop. Asim, stop. People are watching. Asim Sarode, you're the lawyer, I'm the journalist. I am telling you, in 2016, and Ujjwal Nigam will come in on this, and Uday Gaware is on the other side, but Ujjwal Nigam, in 2016, in the top court, in the Amanullah versus State of Bihar case, it was said that persons unconnected with the matter under consideration or having personal grievance against the accused should be checked. Now, isn't the lobby in this case an unconnected group to the party? How can they demand a change in the bench when others like Anuj Loya have no issues? I'm raising a legal point. It can be argued here. Yes, please. Ujjwal Nigam.
Yeah. Arnab, let me tell you very clearly that the lobby has absolutely no locus standi to raise such question for 2 reasons. Firstly, the Anuj Loya, the son of the deceased Judge Loya, has made it clear in his press conference that they have absolutely no doubt about the natural death of Loya. Secondly, now if you'll see the admission certificate issued by the Government Hospital of Nagpur as well as the post-mortem notes, it's very clear that immediately after the cardiac arrest, Judge Loya was immediately shifted to the hospital. He was treated there and thereafter he died there. Now the lobby is creating this problem only for the reason that Justice Ganguly has said in a one sentence orally that yes, there is the one reason about it all. And therefore lobby was encouraged to raise such type of issue. I think Justice Ganguly said statement orally absolutely in respect of the transferring the lawyer's petition to the particular judge. That was the grievance.
Mr. Gawade, do you concede? Mr. Gawade, do you concede? Abha Singh is countering Abha. Abha is countering Abha.
About that.
No,
Abha countering Ujjwal Nigam. Abha.
No. Are the 4 senior judges a lobby? No. Are they? And I want to say, what did the 4 judges say? What did Justice Chillameshwar say?
No. Let me tell you very plainly.
National importance. That is the issue. What is the selective allocation? Why
Abba, kindly listen. Abba, kindly listen. The whole controversy has been cropped up because the 4 judges of the Supreme Court had given certain statement publicly. Abba, you will agree with me. Abba, are you going to listen or are you going to talk?
What did the judges say?
Abba, listen.
What did Justice say?
Arnab,
Abba, stability of nation depends upon 2 factors. Firstly, absolute faith of a common man in the judiciary of that nation and absolute faith of a common man in the judiciary of that country.
I'm sorry.
Common man faith to the judiciary is completely
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Are raising irrelevant objections.
I raise a second point tonight. I raise a second point tonight. Mr. Gawade is on the debate tonight. Mr. Gawade is on the debate tonight with Rajiv Pandey, with Nupur. Rajiv Pandey, Nupur and everyone. Mr. Gawade, what are you trying to achieve? My next question to you is very pointed. I hope you'll give me a reply. The legal doctrine. 1 minute, sir. Please don't be in a hurry to state your point. If I prove you incorrect, it's not my right, but my duty to prove you incorrect in national interest tonight because you are making a grievous mistake. You are bringing the judiciary to task. And you will regret what you are doing today in terms of long-term impact it has on the judiciary that you are meant to serve, sir. I am saying this to you, Mr. Gawade. The legal doctrine that is followed by courts is that justice should not only be done, but should be seen to be done. Isn't this lobby which you are a part of trying to ensure that no justice is seen to be done by questioning the very judges who are deciding the cases and hence humiliating them on public platforms? Answer me, if the judges are equal, why do you doubt the ability of other important Supreme Court judges to handle the cases? This is your attempt to maneuver the justice system to the whims and fancies of the lobby. You are trying to maneuver the justice system to your whims and fancies. Plead guilty to that charge tonight.
Arbanji, no, this is not lobby. The member of Latur District Bar Association, demanding impartial inquiry in the suspicious...
You are casting, I'm sorry, you have no right. You have no right to cast an aspersion on the impartiality and ability of the current Supreme Court judges. Please apologize. I'm sorry, you have no right. Nupur will respond. You cannot cast an aspersion. You cannot cast an aspersion on the impartiality of Supreme Court judges. Apologize. Apologize tonight. Apologize. You have cast an aspersion on national television on the impartiality of Supreme Court judges. I demand you apologize. Apologize now. Nupur is on the debate. Please apologize. Don't think it will go unrebutted. I'm sorry. Apologize. Apologize.
Sorry, can I just come
apologize,
in?
sir.
These people have no problem.
Apologize, sir.
Can I just come in?
Bizarre.
These people have no problem. Can I come in?
That you want this after the
1 second.
Inquiry.
Can I just come in? Arnab, can I just come in? I need my 20-30 seconds. Please allow me. They have no problem when Karti Chidambaram is allowed to travel. They have no problem when the court hears the cow protection matter. They have no problem when the crackers are banned, noise pollution, and Ram Janmabhoomi. They may have a problem with Ram Janmabhoomi. They don't have a problem with Janmashtami and the height of Dahi Handi.
Why are you digressing?
They don't have a problem with the Rohingya issue.
Gancham.
No, I'm not digressing.
Why are you
I'm giving you an argument. The fact here is that this matter...
Here is a man.
Who's digressing?
You are digressing.
I met him in your studio.
The fact is these people call the Supreme Court as judicial killers when it is convenient for them. Otherwise, they are neutral and unbiased.
Say what he wants to say.
No.
Nupur knows nothing about the case. She did not respond to the case in November when the story broke out. This is not a news break. This story has been around for more than 2 months and you did not utter a word. Today you are desperate to say somehow your national president. But hear from the man who studied with Justice Loya.
These are not the issues to be discussed today. Arnab, I am sorry to say, these are not the issues to be discussed. This is a very high standard debate and must not lower the standard of the debate. We must have to talk the independence of judiciary. And this is what we are discussing today. And I want to say that the 4 judges who have come out, they did not mention any of the case like the Justice Loya death case.
I wish to bring in Ahriman Sundaram. Ahriman Sundaram, I wish to know from you. Ahriman Sundaram, let us bring Ahriman Sundaram in 1 minute. 1 minute, Taslim Rahmani, Ahriman Sundaram, please, if I can. If I can, I place before Ahriman Sundaram, there is a demand which is political.
Consider the statement made by the daughter of the Justice Loya.
Sir, stop it now, sir, before you do more damage.
It is she actually who raised this issue.
Sir, you will
ignore everything that the son has said.
Your question, my question,
and you will try to divide the family.
My question, sir. My question today is legal, and I place it before Ahriman Sundaram. And please hear tonight. My question to Ahriman Sundaram is, if only 4 senior judges are capable of applying judicial insights, the question is this: are all the other 21 judges incapable?
You are taking a wrong inference.
I am not.
You are taking a wrong inference. This is not, they did not say it.
Look, I was asked the question. Will this
Ahriman Sundaram, please,
allow somebody else to say something, please?
We all are equal.
Will this gentleman who keeps shouting just allow others to say something?
Ahriman Sundaram, please.
Look, if this gentleman wants to keep shouting, I think the rest of us can just leave.
Go on, Ahriman.
Look, you asked me a specific question, Arnab, and let me answer this. The unfortunate thing is, the 4 judges who gave this press conference, senior respected judges of unimpeachable integrity, they did not ever say other judges are capable or incapable of hearing matters. These are words being put into the mouths by different lobbies. They never said this. All they said was that they wanted a system to be brought into play regarding listing of cases, rosters, etc., and various other things. Now, this was a matter they felt had to be sorted out. The 5 senior judges of the court formed the Collegium of the court. Now, 4 senior judges, who are 4 out of 5 of the Collegium, felt that for the effective working of the Collegium, something needs to be worked out. Now, that is the issue which has to be resolved. And happily, from what I've heard, attempts are being made to resolve it internally. Those judges never said other judges are incompetent to hear matters, far from it. This is the interpretation being put by various other people.
Exactly.
All they wanted was a system and order which they felt. They felt was not there, and that's all they've asked for.
Exactly.
Now, the politicking of it, the various lobbyists have tried to make it what it's not.
So exactly, Ahriman Sundaram is 1000% correct, which is why I would say, and don't take it otherwise, Fuad Halim, keep out of it. Don't poke your nose. Don't you dare poke your nose in matters of the Supreme Court Collegium. You have no right. And let me complete, Ahriman Fuad Halim, don't poke your nose. Don't poke your nose into the matters of the Collegium. The Supreme Court. Don't pick up paper. Speak with conviction. Speak with conviction which you lack. Ujjwal Nikam is on the other side. I'm sure he'll take you on. You are damaging the judiciary. I accuse you of damaging the judiciary. I accuse you of damaging an institution that is dear to the people of this country. And I wish to make the following comment. The Supreme Court has a collegium system, and the collegium system consists of 5 senior-most judges of the Supreme Court, which decide on the future of the entire judicial system of this country by making appointments. A lobby is trying to divide the collegium, and when the Bar Council of India is urging them to settle the matter deliberately. Viewers, what you are watching tonight, what you are watching tonight, watching tonight, Nupur is on the other side, but what you're watching tonight is a deliberate attempt to break down our entire judicial system of the country. There is a conspiracy to divide and break down the judicial system of this country. You want me to tell you the truth? Keep your politics out of the Supreme Court. Enough. Don't shoot over their shoulder. Nupur is on the debate.
You are challenging the opportunity of placing the truth. Let me quote. Why are you so afraid of me quoting the Supreme Court proceedings?
He's going to be in trouble.
Nupur, why are you so afraid of me quoting the Supreme Court proceedings?
People describe Supreme Court
the Supreme Court proceedings.
You have no shame.
Yes, I am quoting the Supreme Court proceedings. And the Supreme Court proceedings. Let us see what the Chief Justice has concluded.
Where you stand on the
Chief Justice
as far as your lobby is concerned, I did not hear a whimper from you. I did not hear a whimper from you when Tarun Tejpal was accused of rape. For you guys, he was innocent. Irrespective of what the court is saying. I'm sorry. Irrespective of what the investigation is saying. Suranda Pushkar committed suicide. Irrespective of what Rohit Vemula's father is saying and the government is saying of Andhra Pradesh. Rohit Vemula is Dalit for you guys. Please, Mr. Halim,
they were not
ready
from you
as
to
far
sell
as
their souls
and
be questioned for it.
Describe them as killers.
Is that not serious?
Utterly
Do you think I am shocked to see senior lawyers saying that this was a schoolboy's fight over a bunch of laddus? This was a serious fight on the integrity of judiciary, and if the senior lawyers don't
you are crossing the limit. Ujjwal Nigam is on the debate. Ujjwal Nigam, you are committing contempt. You are committing contempt. You are committing contempt. And my problem is that it has become far too easy.
Arnab, you are perfectly right.
You are committing contempt. Ujjwal Nigam
what the lobby is alleging about the committed judiciary.
This is no business.
Yes, I totally agree with you, Arnab. I was just hearing the lobby's contention. It is the most shameful thing that the lobby, who is the proponent advocating that there was a difference between the senior and junior judge in the Supreme Court, it is a very shameful thing. Firstly, they should apologize. The whole nation. I am very sorry. They are trying to lobby to divide the judges of the Supreme Court. This is another scam attempt. Arnab, I must condemn the lobby's attempt to divide the judiciary.
I repeat here tonight.
There is no lobby as such. There is no lobby as such. If you are saying the 4 judges are lobbyists, then
you are advocating the whole side. That is the reason of why you are saying that is a senior judge, a junior judge. There is no difference between.
Came forward ever.
Can I come in? Can I come in? Abha, 1 minute. Abha, I request you. I request you. I request you. I request you, Abha. I say this tonight. I say this to Prashant Bhushan, to Rahul Gandhi, to Sitaram Yechuri and to Prakash Karat.
No, I am nothing to do with
and to everyone tonight. Indira Jaising, everyone. The Chief Justice of India, please for God's sake, set the Lakshman Rekha to this fight. Abha, 1 minute. Abha, please, future generations of this country will ask questions. I wish to go back to Ahriman Sundaram. Can I
asking a question.
Can I go to Ahriman Sundaram? Can I go to Ahriman Sundaram and Ahriman Sundaram? Ahriman Sundaram, I place this before you. 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 Please, sir. Ahriman Sundaram, the Chief Justice of India, is a constitutional office under Article 124(1) of the Constitution. Today, I'm sorry to say this, Ahriman Sundaram, the way this fight is going, people are attacking the legitimacy and deriding the man holding the office of Chief Justice of India. And therefore, you attack the very basis of the Constitution for your own agenda. I don't know where this will stop. I said to Harish Salve earlier today that now the judiciary has become the subject of WhatsApp jokes, ridicule. They are being spoken about like people speak about spokespersons of political parties, and it causes us pain. Where will it stop? Abha saying, you too. appear before the judiciary. Please respect it.
Day in and day out.
Day in and day out, Amit says.
We are respecting it. That is why we are concerned.
No, I'm sorry, you're not.
We are concerned
by even raising the issue when the issue
is justice.
Was there a question for me, Arnab?
Yes,
was
it
there
was
a question
for you, sir. Yes, it was, sir. Yes, it was, sir.
Rule of law has to
yes, it was, sir.
Yes. Arnab, let me make it very, very clear. The judiciary is the pillar of democracy.
Absolutely.
There is a clear separation and balance of powers between the legislature, executive, and judiciary. The judiciary, to a great extent, controls its own activities, acting through the Chief Justice and the members of his Collegium administratively, and through all the judges of the Supreme Court judicially. Now, if within the judiciary, there are certain 4 senior members of the Collegium who feel that there are certain issues which have to be resolved and set right, and they raise these issues, it's an issue for the judiciary to sort out, and the judiciary will sort it out, hopefully. Now, if these 4 senior judges disagree with certain things in which the Chief Justice is doing and raise these issues, it's for them to sort out with the Chief Justice, because after all, the Collegium are 5 people, and those 5 have to go together, and the Chief Justice is captain of the ship. Now, surely the captain of the ship, together with his 4 senior colleagues, is going to sort this out. Now, this is an internal matter for the judiciary. Unfortunately, what is happening today is every political party which wants to is trying to take mileage out of this.
Yes.
People who claim to be advocates of public-spirited people try to get their mileage out of it. Everybody else is trying to get mileage of it, and somewhere along the way, we're really losing the woods for the trees.
Yes, sir.
Because the judiciary, if it is brave enough, bold enough to say, there's something wrong in what's happening within us, we have to control it, I would laud that judiciary. I would say this is really great that the judiciary is able to say, look, there's something wrong which we want to set right. Now, as to what is wrong, what is not wrong, etc., is for the judiciary to work out. But I think it's very laudable that the judiciary itself is willing and is happy to say, look, we have to do something to set us right. And I think that should be appreciated, and let the judiciary sort it out. And let it not be politicized.
Taslim Memani.
We will sort it out.
Taslim Memani, please. You are committing.
No, sir. They tried it their level best. And after they have failed, they have to come out in the press conference.
Sir, I am sorry you are committing. I am sorry, sir, at what you are saying. I am sorry, sir. I am sorry, sir. Taslim Memani, Nupur is back on the debate. But I am sorry the way this debate is going. I am sorry, sir, at the way this debate is going. Sir, I wish to tell you, sorry, Nupur, I want to come in with a factual point. I wish to tell you what Ambedkar, I wish to tell you today what Ambedkar had said on judicial independence. Ambedkar had said, and I quote, that there can be no difference of opinion in the House, that our judiciary must be both independent of the executive and must also be competent in itself. You cannot be doing press conferences and political parties have to stay out. You have to stay out. Your temptation to poke your nose in Ghanshyam Tiwari and Fuad Halim have no place in the way this country's constitution was drafted.
Can I just say something?
They have no place.
Arnab, there are
how Kavita Krishnan is connected
today the whole group.
Let me very clear. There is concrete interference. And this concrete interference has to be exposed to a thorough impartial investigation. And why are the people afraid of a thorough investigation?
Nobody is afraid. Let the court decide.
This investigation which involves the name of the national president of the Bharatiya Janata Party. Why is the Bharatiya Janata Party afraid of an investigation? Why is the Bharatiya Janata Party running scared?
Argue factually. Do not decide this in the court of public opinion. Argue factually. I am strongest. Amit Naik. Before
this happened last Friday,
Amit and Abha.
You are asking for an investigation. Let the Supreme Court decide. You are nobody to decide about investigation.
I place another
sure there
point.
can be any investigation.
I wish to place
and
another.
Where was this request for investigation?
Can the lawyers argue? Can the lawyers argue legally?
Let's
I make a request.
Facts.
Sir, I am the journalist. You're the lawyers.
Who are these underground workers?
Rajiv Pandey, hold. Rajiv Pandey, argue like a lawyer. Rajiv Pandey, argue.
Disrupt the Supreme Court
Rajiv Pandey, argue like a lawyer. And I placed before two lawyers today, Ujjwal Nikam, back on the debate. Argue, no. I am on a point. I am on a point. Abha. I am not arguing emptily. Abha, I am not arguing in an empty manner. I am raising a legal point and a case of precedent. I am raising a case of precedent legally, Abha. Hear me for a minute, Abha. I raise a case before you. Abha, I raise a case before you. Abha, wait. Abha, no, you listen to me, Abha. You listen to me. You listen to me, Abha, and then I will counter you. Please listen to me, Abha. Sarojini.
There's something called ladies first.
No, please. Abha, there's something called logic first. There's something called logic first. Abha, there's something called logic first. And by the way, there is something called law first. I appeal under the grounds law first. Law first. You're a lawyer. Counter me on law. You're the lawyer. Abha, listen to me. Abha, listen to me. I make a confession tonight. I make a confession on television tonight, Abha. Abha, listen to me. On a lighter note, can you just take a deep breath? On a lighter note, when I was in school, and Ahriman knows this, when I was in school, I wanted to be a lawyer. I couldn't be a lawyer, so I became a TV anchor. But I want to say one small point, please, to the learned lawyers on the program. Out of sympathies for my failed career aspirations, please. For my failed career aspiration, otherwise I would have been a junior to Ahriman Sundaram now. I would have been a very competent junior to Ahriman, but that's another matter. The question is, I would have, in this matter, I argued legally with Abha. Sarojini Ramaswamy versus Union of India 1992. Supreme Court had said in that particular case that even if the President of India removed a Supreme Court judge under Article 124(4), the concerned judge was entitled to a judicial review. So I'm asking you, how can a media trial of the Chief Justice of India be permitted by Lutyens media? No. It's a very, I'm on a point of, argue legally with me. Am I correct?
Yeah.
Ujjwal Nikam, am I correct? Ujjwal Nikam, am I correct?
Arnab.
Ujjwal Nikam.
Yes,
No.
Arnab, you are correct.
Absolutely correct.
Ujjwal
Nikam.
Arnab, I would like to raise a one valid point.
Arnab, this is not fair.
Abha, please. Abha, please.
Ujjwal Nikam.
Abha, please listen.
Ujjwal is begging you for time.
Decorum. You are a lawyer. Please have a decorum. Abha, please have a decorum.
Okay, 1 second.
Arnab,
Ujjwal Nikam, continue unimpeded.
Arnab, I would like to raise one question. That we all know
continue unimpeded.
that the stability of any country depends upon two factors. First factor is absolute faith of a common man in the currency of that nation, and secondly, absolute faith of a common man in the judiciary of that country. I am afraid, because these lobby people, they have started the campaign not against the judiciary, but indirectly also against the whole country. I fail to understand how they did not understood these basic principles. They are making a dividing the judiciary. So lobbyists, kindly say, God's sake, lobbyists people, kindly for the God's sake, don't divide the judiciary.
Closing the debate. Closing the debate.
There will be an
Closing the debate. Closing the debate. Closing the debate. Fuad, I thank you all. I thank you all. I thank you all. It's been a delight debating with you, and I shall see you 9 p.m. tomorrow back on this debate. We'll take on everyone, lobby and all. Good night and goodbye.
Good night.